Imagine you have $100 in your bank account today. How much do you think it will be worth in 10 years? $110, $120, $150? Well, the sad truth is, it will be worth much less than $100. Why? Because of inflation. Inflation is the phenomenon of prices rising over time, making your money lose value. In this video, I will explain what causes inflation, how it affects your purchasing power, and what you can do to protect your money from inflation. I know how hard it is to save money these days. You work hard, you budget, you cut expenses, but still, you feel like you are not making any progress. You see the prices of everything going up, from food to gas to rent, and you wonder how you can ever afford your goals. You are not alone. Millions of people around the world are facing the same problem. Inflation is a silent enemy that erodes your wealth without you noticing. So what is inflation exactly? Inflation is the general increase in the prices of goods and services over time. It is measured by the annual percentage change in the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which tracks the prices of a basket of common items. For example, if the CPI was 100 last year and 105 this year, that means the inflation rate was 5%. That means, on average, you need 5% more money to buy the same things as last year. But why do prices go up? There are many factors that influence inflation, but the main one is the supply and demand of money. Money is like any other commodity. The more there is, the less it is worth. When the government prints more money, or lowers interest rates, or increases spending, it increases the supply of money in the economy. This makes money cheaper and easier to borrow, which stimulates economic activity and spending. However, this also means that there is more money chasing the same amount of goods and services, which drives up the prices. How does inflation affect you? Inflation affects you in two ways, directly and indirectly. Directly, inflation reduces your purchasing power, which is the amount of goods and services you can buy with a given amount of money. For example, if the inflation rate is 5% and you have $100 today, next year you will only be able to buy $95 worth of goods and services with the same $100. That means you have lost 5% of your purchasing power. Indirectly, inflation affects your savings, investments, and income. If the inflation rate is higher than the interest rate you earn on your savings or investments, you are losing money in real terms. For example, if the inflation rate is 5% and you earn 3% interest on your savings account, you are actually losing 2% of your money every year. Similarly, if your income does not keep up with inflation, you are effectively earning less over time. What can you do to protect your money from inflation? There are several strategies you can use to hedge against inflation, or even benefit from it. Here are some of them. Invest in assets that appreciate in value over time, such as stocks, real estate, gold, or cryptocurrencies. These assets tend to increase in value faster than inflation, or even rise in value because of inflation. For example, gold is seen as a store of value that preserves its purchasing power over time, regardless of inflation. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin have a limited supply that cannot be inflated by governments, making them attractive as an alternative to fiat money. Invest in assets that generate income, such as bonds, dividends, or rental properties. These assets provide you with a steady stream of cash flow that can offset the effects of inflation. However, you need to be careful about the interest rate and the inflation rate. If the interest rate is lower than the inflation rate, you are still losing money in real terms. You need to look for assets that offer a higher interest rate than the inflation rate, or that adjust their interest rate according to inflation, such as inflation-linked bonds or variable-rate mortgages. Increase your income by asking for a raise, switching jobs, starting a side hustle, or acquiring new skills. The more money you earn, the more you can save and invest, and the more you can cope with inflation. However, you also need to be mindful of your expenses and taxes. If your expenses and taxes increase faster than your income, you are still losing purchasing power. You need to budget wisely and minimize your unnecessary spending and tax liabilities. Inflation is a reality that you cannot ignore. It affects your money and your lifestyle in many ways. But you can also take action to protect your money and even profit from inflation. By following the strategies I shared with you in this video, you can increase your purchasing power, grow your wealth, and achieve your financial goals. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.